It is a book on 21 days of being able to pause intentionally with great courage and compassion, to not compromise what you know you deserve. Welcome everyone to Moment with Coach Pia. It's already March 9. Can you believe it? Grabe, parang kailan lang Valentine ngayon, ano? Bilis-bilis masyado. And our topic today is clarity in small acts of love or self-care. Kasi self-care, parang love yan, di ba? Kailangan natin tuloy-tuloy. We have to be intentional about how we take care of ourselves because we have to listen to what we need and we have to follow through and execute. Naghanap talaga tayo ng guest na makapag-share about this and I'm really excited to be with her sa episode na to. She is born from showbiz royalty and may legacy talaga yan kasi belonging to the prominent Gutierrez and De Leon clan. Graduated from the Ateneo de Manila with a degree in European Studies in International Business, then joined show business after. Apo ni Eddie Gutierrez at Pilita Corrales po. Apo din ni Boyet De Leon and Nora Honor. The eldest daughter of Monching Gutierrez at Lotlot De Leon. She's also a model and a fashion muse, a host and an award-winning actress, a video blogger, a social activist, ambassador for change, your best actress, a woman of influence, soon to star in the Netflix horror thriller series Balaraw. Let's welcome Janine Marie Elizabeth Gutierrez.
Morning! Oh my God! Hi, Coach!
Hi, Janine! Thank you for gracing us.
Thank you for the introduction. Thank you. Medyo kinikilig ako sa thank you for the introduction.
Yes. The podcast is allowing yung mga ka-moment natin to also zero in on ano ba yung history? What's the context of who you are, di ba? Because when we talk about clarity in small acts of self-care, we have to remember where do we come from? Because when we know where we come from, we can now be more intentional about self-care. A lot of the time, people try to run away from where they're from. And so self-care becomes robotic. It becomes something that is external from you. Bale, parang hiwalay sa'yo. Kasi yung prescription na binibigay mo, walang dinuduktungan, walang angkla. There's no anchor. So we always have to talk about where we're from. And that's where you're from, Janine. Wow. How are you now?
I'm good. Excited for 2026. I feel like this year talagang maganda yung energy at excited ako sa, you mentioned Balaraw. So that's something na ginawa namin the whole of 2025. Pero mahigpit kasi yung NDA niya. So, lahat ng mga ginagawa ko, hindi ko ma-share. So, now that it's out in the open, excited talaga ako for the year.
Okay. What makes Balaraw different?
Well, it's the first Netflix original na Filipino that will be streamed worldwide. So, proud kami kasi syempre, tungkol siya sa folklore natin, that element of horror. Tsaka ako, fan talaga ako ng horror sa Pilipinas diba? Especially yung mga fungso, yan yung mga kinalakihan ko. So excited ako to show that in a new light this year.
Wow, what a pioneering project.
I feel so lucky to be part of it, sobra. So I feel very blessed.
What does self-care now mean for you in this day and age?
Self-care, pinili ba sa akin tong topic na to?
Yeah.
Bakit kaya? Self-care para sa akin, I think it's really time management. Kasi at this point, I'm sure hindi lang kami bilang artista, pero a lot of us, yung trabaho natin, kasama na natin pag umuwi, di ba? So, I think yung pinakamahalagang form of self-care para sa akin is pahinga and, really prioritizing what you need.
Yeah. And what is it that you know you had to be intentional about knowing where you came from and where you're going?
Siguro kung anong gusto kong gawin with my career. Kasi growing up around actors na sikat, yung mga lola ko, siguro nakita ko how being famous or being superstar, hindi naman yun yung pinaka-fulfilling para sa kanila. Parang more than the acclaim, it was about their connection to the fans, kung ano yung mga naidudulot nilang inspiration, or how they comfort people with their songs or their movies. Parang I always knew na hindi ko hinahabol yung kasikatan. Parang gusto ko na makabuluhan yung ginagawa ko. Tsaka masaya ako dun sa mga project na ginagawa ko. Which is, I guess, has shaped my choices also.
Tell us more about the advocacies and this activism that you got into.
From a young age, in-instill na sa akin ng nanay ko na be careful what you say kasi once you say it, hindi mo na mababawi. So when I was younger, nung nag-uumpisa pa lang ako mag-artista, very safe ako sumagot. Yung parang hindi mo ako mahuhuli na may nasabi akong mali or can be twisted. Kasi when I was young pa lang, nakikita ko na kung paano minsan merong mga interviews that will try to catch you off guard. Kasi my parents separated when I was 13. And then I would see it on the news. Every Sunday, yun pa yung panahon ng mga The Buzz, S-Files, ganon. So, nung ako yung pumasok na sa industriya, I was always so careful with my words. Pero parang, I guess after a few years and growing up, I realized na if there's something important to you or, you know, whether it be an advocacy or parang a social issue or parang meron kang nakita sa balita na parang, oh my God, bakit ganon? Parang mahalaga din pala to shine a light on that. And that it's also nice when your projects have like a meaning, like a deeper meaning behind them, like a social issue or advocacy. Naging idol ko po kasi si Jane Fonda. I always say. And then, I watched her docu na 5 acts. And then it also talked about her advocacy and how she shared all these issues that were important to her through her work para mas wide din yung ma-reach niya na audience.
That's so interesting. Who introduced you to her? Sino yung... Kasi di ba, parang iniisip ko lang generationally. Yeah, she's the one that you were looking up to.
I loved her because she reminded me of my lola, Mamita. So I was like, grabe, parang siyang si Mamita. And then I watched her docu and I learned more about her. And then at that time, parang siguro at the height of mga Twitter before, it was frowned upon kasi kapag artista ka tapos makikisaw-saw ka sa politics, diba? Now, feeling ko today, it's like more widely accepted. And parang lalo pang ang hinahanap sa'yo ngayon na, oh, you should speak out about something. You should show up at these, you know, the gatherings that shine a light on, you know, whatever pressing issue is going on.
So if I were to ask you, and for our mga ka-moment, so that when something is clear, we have to anchor ourselves on it. And the reason why we will know it's important for us is if we do this exercise that I'll be doing now with Janine, which is, let's imagine to take away that freedom from you. If I were to tell you, no, you are not allowed to stand up for what you think is right. You cannot get involved in activities of activism and speak up against certain values and principles. How would that affect you?
I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Kasi pinagdaanan ko na rin naman yun, coach eh. Siyempre, parang when I was younger kasi, ang dami ko na ring pinagdaanan na mas nakinig ako sa payo ng ibang tao kesa sa sarili ko na in my gut, I felt like, oh baka dapat ito yung gawin ko. Or like, alam kong kaya ko to. Pero mas naniwala ako sa mga tao sa paligid ko na wag or bawal or hindi. Na in the end, ako naman yung parang I feel bad and constricted and parang mas lalo pang bababa yung self-esteem ko kasi hindi ko pinaglaban yung alam kong tama. Even my mom before, she would be like, anak, huwag ka nang ganyan. But this was a long time ago. Hanggang sa ngayon yung mommy ko sobrang vocal na rin about the things that she believes in, whether it be anything political or ganyan.
So that example of an exercise where you want your personal clarity to find a voice, the exercise is if we took away that freedom or your capacity to live out something that's important to you and you will feel the void, parang you won't be yourself. Ibig sabihin, that's what really matters. So, nagiging non-negotiable siya. So, mga ka-moment, if you look at the different ways that we can do self-care, we know it is important when you will no longer be the same person. if you take away that non-negotiable. So we have to choose what are those habits that we are now going to call non-negotiable so that you can become the best version of you. And you know if they're non-negotiable is if we remove it from your life, you won't be the same. You won't be the same. There was a time you will listen to other people's opinion. Tapos parang, kasi we were younger. You were younger at the time, no?
Yes.
And then you were thinking na baka they're right. So
Yeah.
you will suppress your voice. You will suppress your principle or your value. But then, what was the impact on you when you were doing that?
I wasn't able to advocate for myself. Na parang in the end, pinagsisihan ko din. So, sobrang lesson para sa akin yung mga ganong experience. That's why I also want to, as much as possible when I get to talk to younger women, I always try to share na follow your gut, believe in yourself. Kasi yun talaga yung magdadala sa'yo kung saan mo gustong makarating.
So let's talk about some of those non-negotiable small acts of self-care. If I were to ask you what routines make you the best version of you, can you share with us?
Yeah, ano po, siguro one of the physical ones would be working out. Kasi nakakatulong din talaga siya sa mental health for me. You know, being strong in your body also makes you strong in your mind. So that's definitely one of the things that kahit tinatamad ka, alam mo naman na after parang masarap sa pakiramdam. So yun na lang yung panghawakan mo.
And how often do you go to the gym? Is there a minimum?
I try to go po MWF, ganyan. Pero syempre may mga times na over the holidays, yun, wala akong ginawa. Pero just always try to pick yourself back up kahit mahirap magsimula ulit. So now I tried again since New Year, tsaka back to work na 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Pero syempre kung ano yung komportable sa'yo.
And aside from going to the gym, are there other routines that you know make you the best version of you?
Well, I've gone to therapy. So that's definitely one thing that's helped me. Sobrang life-changing siya for me. That's why I appreciate na you make it so accessible para sa mga ka-moment, di ba? Na may makausap na katulad mo na talagang makakatulong. Kasi yung mga tools na makukuha mo, it's for the rest of your life. So mahalaga talaga yung therapy, journaling, that's helped me a lot.
So the examples that Janine is sharing, mga ka-moment, dun sa small acts of self-care, they fall under what we call the letter M or motivation habits. That is on page 93. So motivation habits are anything that seems like a routine that will make you the best version of you. So the one you mentioned was exercise. When you don't do it, you know that parang there's something wrong. Because you were saying even for mental health, it was helpful.
Yeah.
Diba? Yeah.
Yes,
Being in the
yes.
gym.
Yes, super. Movement, siguro. Tsaka nature, outdoors.
Yeah,
yun,
that's right.
sobrang laking difference.
What are the things na minsan mo lang gawin, pero pag ginawa mo siya parang full recharge?
Well, parang wala akong minsan lang na
Wow.
no, na self-care,
Oo,
coach.
oo. Most of them
parang
are
wala.
routine. Yeah, wow!
Hindi,
Ang
parang,
galing ah.
hindi, syempre merong times, coach, na parang mawawala ako sa routine.
Okay. okay.
Mawawala ako sa routine. Pero in the past year kasi parang talagang I really worked on self-care and self-love. So
Okay.
ngayon, alam ko na parang if I feel something is off, baka meron akong hindi nagawa.
So if we were to go back to your examples earlier, that was the gym, and then you said you would go to therapy, going out to nature. Maybe that one, going out to nature, do you intentionally go out to nature? Is that a routine or baka minsan na rin lang?
Well, ang nature, I mean, ideally, di ba, malayo sa dagat. Pero ako, hindi ko kasi nagagawa yun,
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, just sitting out in the sun, looking at the sky.
Nice.
Simple things like that.
Yeah.
Ganun lang. Parang hindi mo na kailangan yung sobrang magastos or ganyan.
yeah.
Parang maglakad ka lang sa labas.
That's right. Because then people think na taking care of myself doesn't have to have a budget na allocation. So
Yes.
they just have to name it for themselves that when I go on this walk and look out into nature, whether it's nighttime, the moon, or yung sun, ganon, they're recharging themselves. Yeah. And that's the muscle that I call inspiration habits. Now, how do you manage stress?
Rest.
Wow. Tell us more. Huwag talagang ba't?
Rest talaga, coach.
Oo.
Number 1 is sleep, pagkaya. Tapos, natutunan ko din kasi dati, merong mga times na, bakit parang nakatulog naman ako ng mahaba? Pagod pa rin ako.
Okay.
So, natutunan ko na there are more types of rest. Natutunan ko na there are 7 types of rest. There's also emotional rest, mental rest, and na it's not just resting your body, pero kailangan mo din ipahinga yung isip.
So, emotional rest, what does that look like? So, mga ka-moment natin, what does that look like for you?
Para sa akin, iwas sa stress. Yung kung meron kang ilang oras na huminga ka lang, talagang ipahinga mo yung isip mo, wag mo muna isipin yung trabaho. Kahit, I guess like a few deep breaths, yung ganon. Pero, yun, parang if I can, I will really allow myself to rest. Kasi, di ba coach, kapag, kunyari, kahit nasa bahay ka lang, pero sobrang stressed ka, takbo ng takbo yung isip mo, you still feel physically tired. So, kailangan makahanap ka ng paraan na maipahinga yung isip mo. So, for me, it's writing. If I'm super stressed, isusulat ko lahat ng nasa isip ko. Parang word dump lang, like no thoughts. Parang sulat ko lang lahat, kahit 3 pages, para lang matanggal siya sa isip ko. And in that way, you can rest more easily.
So, those muscles where we're managing stress, I put it under the muscle called cheer, or letter C called cheer, because then you're building resilience. So you cheer yourself up, just like you should be your number 1 cheerleader in life. Di ba?
Yes,
Hindi
agree.
Hindi pwede ibang tao nag-cheer for you.
Yes.
We have to double down on self-care. A lot of the time, my clients come to me and mga ka-moment, isipin nyo kung ganito kayo, yung parang iniintay yung maging maganda yung environment bago mo sabihin na, I'm okay na. So, they're waiting for the environment to be at peace para masabi na at peace na sila. And that's what I call, they are outsourcing, ina-outsource mo sa environment mo, yung kailangan mo. When in fact, you should go out of your way to do it for yourself, di ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Super agree ako dyan, coach.
Yeah. What is it like for you when the people around you are so stressed or possibly even negative? How do you manage that?
Well, I try to be a source of positivity. Alternatively, dadamayan ko sila, pakikinggan ko, I'll acknowledge that everything they're feeling is valid. Pero hopefully, ang maitulong ko is na lilipas din yun, and that I'm here for them in that moment.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it's easy for you to protect yourself from the negativity if there are negative people around you. 1 being no, I can't protect myself.
Siguro ngayon 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
I think I've learned a lot about managing that throughout the years. Kasi coach, may experience na ako dati when I was younger. Siguro in my 20s. Pero dati meron akong time na sobrang stressed ako. Super, super stressed. To the point that I got alopecia. I got a bald spot. And I was like, oh my God, sobrang hindi pala talaga okay na magpalamon ka sa stress mo kasi it'll really physically affect you. So yun, sobrang turning point yun for me na I have to manage my stress. Kasi stress will really make you sick. I was like, oh my God, hindi pwede to.
Yeah.
And from then, I've really tried to teach myself na i-manage yung stress.
How did the stress manifest? It was people who were negative or they had problems?
Siguro it's part of yung sinabi ko kanina, coach, na parang meron akong mga gustong gawin and hindi ko magawa kasi hindi pa ako confident sa voice ko tsaka sa decisions ko. So sumunod ako dun sa sinasabi ng ibang tao to the point na parang lahat ng stress nandito sa katawan ko, making other people happy instead of fighting for what I want. So I feel like that was such a growing pain. Lalo na para sa mga babae, I feel like mahirap para sa babae to say no or to advocate for yourself, lalo na when you're young. So, yan ang natutunan ko talaga.
So mga ka-moment, baka may ganun din kayo na nararamdaman nyo na sa katawan nyo.
Oo, wag kayo.
Yeah.
Wag nyo nang, oh my God, nakakatakot. So, it's really important to do self-care. Kaya pala ako natapat sa episode na to. Kasi it's, you have to really...
So can you imagine if you had that 20-year-old, 20s no, Janine in front of you right now, what would you tell her?
that it's okay to advocate for yourself. Turuan mo ang sarili mo na maging confident, maniwala ka sa sarili mo, surround yourself with people who believe in you, at saka mahalaga ka.
So mga ka-moment, it took a moment like that na your body already was showing symptoms. And that's where we actually talk about, still here on day 13, the muscle called kindness. The kindness muscle is our ability to nurture, love, care, and be patient for ourselves. Just like we would do our loved ones. If not even greater. Kasi the way we are built, kung ganito tayo magmahal sa mga best friend natin, or patience natin, kahit magkamali sila, mga mahalan sa buhay. Pero our forgiveness for ourselves or nurturing, ganito kababa. Mataas kasing standards na sa sarili natin. So I always say, in the kindness muscle for this particular day, it has to be the way you love other people, care, nurture for them. Kailangan the same, if not even more. Because you have to be the best version of yourself for them.
Pero mahabang process siya, Coach. As in, siguro I only really fully learned it maybe like 2 years ago. Parang in relation to people, parang outsourcing your happiness, parang attaching your self-worth sa kung paano ka tignan ng mga tao sa paligid mo. Doon ko talaga natutunan na you have to make yourself your home para hindi nakasalalay yung happiness mo sa ibang tao or sa pagtrato ng ibang tao sa'yo. If somebody doesn't treat you well, it says more about them than about your value. So yun talaga yung mga in-instill ko sa sarili ko. If you really value yourself, it also gives you the confidence to go after kung ano ba yung mga deserve mo.
Would it be safe to say that you really felt you were not advocating for what you deserved at all?
Yeah, oo. Siguro parang sacrificing for other people.
The sacrifice was to the detriment of your own.
Yes. So I think na I really had to teach myself to learn self-love. Kasi siguro actually parang sabay-sabay kami ng friends ko, Coach. Maybe it's really like a growth, parang rite of passage.
And unconsciously, that's the thing about self-care. Eh. It's easy to feel na, no, I'll do self-care. A lot of people just assume when I say self-care, yeah, Coach, I can do that. But then actually following through na, this is real self-care.
Yeah.
That means sometimes naming relationships that may not be good for you anymore. And that one is where people really have a hard time.
Yeah.
So this relationship that you're in right now, how long have you been together? Oh, that's good. Yeah. How long have you been together?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me, what makes this relationship different for your self-care?
I think I also reached the point na sobrang minahal ko yung sarili ko. So I wouldn't have settled for anything less. And in the end, sobrang everything I was looking for, I found it. Because siguro, nalaman ko na din na deserve ko yung ganito.
I see. And even the way you were saying it, your energy changed. Wow, yeah. The pause and then the breath. Because every time mga ka-moment, i-observe nyo to sa sarili nyo. When you start switching topics, so you switched from one topic to another, and then observe yung lalim ng breath or yung babaw ng breath. Pag mababaw yung breath, then meron talagang may mabigat. Pero pagka-relax yung breath, and then I watch the shoulders, I also watch the chin, if the chin is low, the chin is high, ganon. It actually says a lot about the topic. So if the topic is a good topic, like what you're saying about your relationship now, gumaganon yung head.
Oh, okay.
Versus other topics where the chin will go down, the chin will go down.
Oh my gosh, I
so
love
the body
body
language actually
language.
says a lot. Yeah. I'm wondering, with the show business being in your blood, no? Did you feel that context or that history makes it more difficult for you to navigate your own personal clarity?
At first, yes, when I was younger. Kasi nung bata pa nga po ako, ayoko mag-artista. Kasi parang feeling ko, may space pa ba dito para sa isa na namang Gutierrez? Parang, totoo ba? Yung parang ganon. And at the same time, everybody assumed na mag-aartista nga ako. Ako, sa sarili ko, hindi ko pa alam. So feeling ko, litong-lito ko sa parang pinangunahan ako, tapos yung pressure, tapos, syempre when you're young, kinikilala mo lang din yung sarili mo, 'di ba? So, litong-lito ko when I was younger kung ano ba talaga yung gusto kong gawin. Sa tingin ko, coach, gusto ko talaga mag-artista ever since I was young, pero hindi nga talaga ako confident sa pagkakilala ko sa sarili ko. So parang ako, ayoko.
So intuitively, you were taking care of yourself and finding, am I ready before I enter show business? So how old were you when you entered show business?
21, which is very late in
Yeah.
showbiz years.
Yeah.
Pero talagang sinabi po ng mama ko na kailangan makapagtapos muna ako kasi yun yung isa sa mga hindi niya nagawa. So, yun yung pakiusap niya talaga sa amin. And maswerte din po ako, coach, kasi syempre, meron akong privilege na makapagtapos. So, as much as possible, talagang nung nakapasok na rin ako sa industriya, I really tried to work hard para makahabol sa mga ka-age ko. Pero in the end, parang that was all a myth din pala na wala din namang timeline yung success or yung career. Parang everybody really is just at their own pace.
How interesting na despite being from a showbiz family, that there was this intuitive wisdom within your family and for you to accept na, sige, I'll wait. Because
Well, wala akong choice. Si mama kasi ayaw.
okay, so she was firm. She was firm about
she was.
it.
Because
Nice.
nagpaalam na ako nung nasa school ako eh. Gusto ko na talaga mag-work because hindi dahil sa confident ako, pero dahil sa pangangailangan, may yaya who raised us, she got sick, and I wanted to be able to help. So yun actually yung nagbigay sa akin ng lakas ng loob na try mag-artista.
This story is getting even better, okay? Yeah. Because the small acts of kindness, we can always look for who are those people in our life that transform the way we view the world. And you were saying the person who raised you was getting sick at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about that experience?
Well, I was in college and then she got cancer. So, hindi naman kami, I don't know if maniniwala, pero hindi naman kami mayaman. Kahit na artista yung parents ko, at that time, they didn't have much work and yaya got sick. So, I wanted to be able to help. Parang kung may pagkakataon naman na magtrabaho ako, sabi ko kay mama, parang gusto ko na magtrabaho. Pero she insisted na tapusin ko na. Kasi nga, syempre mahirap ipagsabay, di ba? Luckily, my yaya got better. And then, eventually, after college, doon na po ako nag-artist.
So these small acts of kindness, when we do it intentionally, what happens is we become the best version of ourselves. And then the other people around us, nagle-level up din yung kanilang definition of self-care and nurturing. And when we don't allow ourselves to be the best in terms of going to the gym, di ba? And you were saying doing your journal writing, going out in nature, and we compromise that. What happens is everyone around us also is affected by those decisions because they are not around the best version of you. So nangyayari is nako-compromise. What could be the best relationship between you and me if I'm not taking care of myself? I am not bringing to the table the right energy.
Yes.
Yeah. When you go through experiences like this, like your relationship with your yaya, how is she today?
She passed away
Oh, I'm so sorry.
just
to
last
hear.
year. So the cancer eventually came back. Pero ang nasa isip ko nga is, hindi ko man siya natulungan financially the first time, this time, I was able to help her. So, yeah. Actually, birthday niya ngayon.
Wow! Oh my
Happy
God,
birthday,
kinilabutan
Aya.
ako.
I know, oh my God, wait. Ako ba? But yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, nothing happens by
I
chance.
know,
I
it's her
can't
birthday.
believe that we just brought that up.
Pero, yun nga, it was the second time na kasi, so,
Yeah.
yeah, hindi na kinaya.
Was she still with you?
Yeah. Yeah, she was. So, until the end.
Did
Tsaka
she-
hindi na kasi siya nagkaanak, so kami talaga yung mga anak niya.
Wow. Did she also take care of your siblings?
Yeah, all of us. Even my parents, kasi yung parents ko, my mom was 17 when she had me, and my dad was 19.
Okay.
And from the start, nung buntis pa lang si mama, nandun na si Yaya. So, parang lahat kami, pinalaki niya.
Wow.
Yeah, sobrang hero namin siya. Kasi through thick and thin, talagang di niya kami iniwan. Actually, marami nga ang nagtatanong. Kasi syempre, kung birthday niya, I'll post her. Or when she passed away, I posted her on my social media. And we call her Yaya Pat. Tapos minsan may comments na bakit Yaya pa rin yung tawag niyo kung para siyang family. Pero siya kasi, yun yung pakilala niya sa mga tao. Proud talaga siya na Yaya Pat. If she would introduce herself, ako si Yaya Pat. So, she was so proud of her job and her role in our family. So,
Yeah.
it's inspiring lang na, you know, parang yung buhay niya, fulfillment talaga of her purpose. And that's something that we'll always have. Kahit na kapag nagkaroon na kami ng sariling anak, ganyan.
Yeah.
At ng turo niya, syempre, bit-bit namin.
Ganda. Because I'm thinking of the legacy
Yeah.
of Yaya Pat now. You're coming of age. You're in a relationship that's really good for you. Do you see yourself being the same kind of mothering that she was for you, the nurturing energy she was for you?
Yeah, definitely. Kasi sobra niya talaga kaming inalagaan. Meron pa nga akong mga dictionary na galing sa kanya. Kasi she would teach me homework minsan. Tapos palagi niyang kinukwento na hanggang grade 2 lang siya nakapag-aral. So nung nag-grade 3 or grade 4 na ako, yung mga regalo na niya, dictionary, ganyan, para makatulong pa rin siya sa mga pinag-aaralan ko.
Yeah.
And her whole family, parang pamilya na rin namin.
Wow. Yaya Pat.
Yaya pa.
Alagaan mo pa kami
Yes,
from where
please,
you
Yaya.
are. Ikaw na ang anghel namin ngayon.
Yeah.
Kasi inspiration yung mga katulad ni Yaya Pat that we continue to self-care. Kasi they cared for us.
Yeah, tsaka coach, siguro natutunan ko din. Parang meron din akong experience when I was younger. Parang boyfriend nung bata pa ako. Parang gano'n. Parang one of my first boyfriends. Na parang, hala, oh my God, biglang naglaho. Wala pang ghosting, naglaho na siya. Tapos, parang somehow, nakarating sa lola ko kay Mamita. So nandun kami sa bahay ni Mamita, tapos sabi niya, oh Janine, kayo pa ba ni ganyan? Matagal na to bata pa ako. Huwag niyo nang hulaan kung sino to. Sabi niya, Janine, kayo pa ba? I was like, yes, Mita. Sabi niya, okay, kasi I heard na he doesn't reply to you. Parang, heard 1 week na, hindi ka pa niya nire-reply. And parang ako, oh my God, nabuhusan ako ng malamig na tubig kasi parang nakakahiya sa lola ko na pumapayag ako for other people to treat me this way. Considering lahat ng pag-aalaga at sakripisyo na ginawa nila para maging masaya ako at maging successful ako sa buhay. So siguro yung mga people like that, yung mga magulang natin, si Yaya Pat, my lolas, sila din yung nagturo sa akin na kailangan mong pahalagahan yung sarili mo. And your self-care is also respeto and pagmamahal sa lahat ng nagmamahal sa'yo.
Yeah. Wow. Yung legacy, ibang klase, no? Ang ganda.
Hindi nang hulaan, guys. Matagal na yun.
Pero ang ganda, she was calling it out, ah.
Yeah,
Sinabi niya talaga, ganun ka talaga tratuhin? Nagulat siya.
Syempre, coach, di ba?
I'm
Lahat
glad.
ng mga pamilya natin nag-sacrifice para maging successful tayo. So guys, huwag niyong hayaan na tapak-tapakan kayo ng ibang tao kasi disrespect din yun sa pamilya niyo.
Wow. That story that you're sharing, when you think of self-care kasi, nagiging inspirasyon yung mga katulad niya na for you to be the best version of you, diba? You wanted to strive harder. You want to take care of her.
Yeah,
And you were given the
super.
chance. You were given the chance to take care of her.
Yeah. I'm grateful na we had so much time with her.
So mga ka-moment, all of these moments of self-care, nag-flow, nagsispill over kasi yan sa mga mahal natin. Kung hindi tayo okay, tapos we choose to take care of people, actually, you could feel the friction. So, can you imagine if you were in your 20s, when you were saying you weren't okay, and then if your yaya went through the exact same like now, well, you will be so depleted. Ganon yan eh.
Yeah. Opo.
So, timing na timing, you know yourself better, and then this is the time that you were also able to take care of her.
Pero sobrang inspiration yun sa akin si Yaya. Sobrang fighter niya. Tsaka talagang inalagaan niya kami. And my mom said na dapat you take care of the people who take care of you. So sobrang selfless talaga nung pagmamahal at pag-alaga niya sa amin. And that's something na kaming pamilya will always carry it. Yung mga turo niyang ganun.
So again, your body language is changed, no? Your tone, your voice is deeper. So even the way you're speaking right now, instead of a high tone, naging deeper yung tone. Usually when we're talking about things that really matter to us, the tone gets lower, and then the pace of your speaking also, instead of fast, it becomes slower. And then your energy is relaxed. Versus, mga ka-moment, important to, if you're talking about people who stress you out, your body language will be very different. Instead of your muscles being relaxed, they will be constricted. And then your voice can be fast-paced and also high-pitched. Just because, again, it's stress. The relationship is stressful. I'll invite you now to do the book read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Day 13, Clarity in Small Acts of Self-Care. The path back to clarity isn't found through pressure or striving. It emerges through loving practice, gentle, intentional rhythms that support your body, calm your mind, nurture your spirit, and bring you back to yourself. This is what M.I.C.K is: motivation, inspiration, cheer, kindness. The framework is to offer practical support once you've allowed yourself to listen to your needs and desires. It provides a guide for returning to your own clarity, authenticity, love, and meaning. Clarity flows from small acts of presence and care. It isn't a checklist or a series of tasks. It's a way of building your inner self. A friendship strengthened by small, deliberate choices that will make us steadier, softer, and clearer. Ang ganda naman nun.
Parang kasi pag sinabi mong acts of self-care, madali tayong mag-compromise kung para sa sarili natin, di ba? It's so Pinoy, di ba? Na parang yung pagkain na lang nga daw isusubo mo, di ba? Pamimigay mo pa sa iba. But then, your example, if the people who love us show us the standard na dapat ganito tayo mahalin ng iba, mapapaisip ka. So, lalong nagiging non-negotiable yung self-care natin.
Tsaka mas maaalagaan mo din yung mga tao sa paligid mo kapag alagaan mo din yung sarili mo.
If I were to put in front of you that 20-year-old ulit, what would you tell her?
Siguro na i-practice mo na yung pagsasalita at yung paniniwala sa sarili mo. Kasi parang kailangan talaga na you believe in yourself para din may confidence ka at may energy ka na magawa yung mga kinakailangan mong gawin sa trabaho, sa school. Tsaka parang it's a muscle, 'di ba, coach? Yung sasagot ka ng honestly na okay lang ba sa'yo to? Kung hindi siya okay, mas mabuti pang sabihin mo na hindi okay.
And that's also another expression of self-care.
Yes,
We are honest with
yes.
ourselves.
Honesty is kindness.
Yes, and then we share that with other people. So wag tayong magko-compromise, mga ka-moment. This is an opportunity. Read through lahat ng mga notes natin dyan kasi may notes palagi tayo. And remember, may community where you can continue growing because clarity isn't something you find. It's something we come home to. See you soon!
Thank you!